Courage is not the absence of fear but rather the assessment that something else is more important than fear. You must always remember this: have courage and be kind. You have more kindness in your little finger than most people possess in their whole body. And it has power. More than you know. Courage starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen. Courage is the most important of all the virtues because without courage you can't practice any other virtue consistently. You can practice any virtue erratically, but nothing consistently without courage. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. The secret to happiness is freedom, and the secret to freedom is courage. Courage is being scared to death and saddling up anyway. You cannot swim for new horizons until you have courage to lose sight of the shore. Life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage. Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen. Courage results when one's convictions are bigger than one's fears. The opposite of courage is not cowardice, it is conformity. Even a dead fish can go with the flow. Courage is the greatest of all virtues because if you haven't courage, you may not have an opportunity to use any of the others. You will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the greatest quality of the mind next to honor. Real courage is when you know you're licked before you begin, but you begin anyway and see it through no matter what. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid but he who conquers that fear. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the little voice at the end of the day that says, "I'll try again tomorrow." Courage is a special kind of knowledge, the knowledge of how to fear what ought to be feared and how not to fear what ought not to be feared. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Brave means that we will try to create something for ourselves. Brave means never going backward when we can go forward. That is the bravery that we need.